NUP everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome for today's press conference. Jakusaba Honorable Comrade Kenneth Paul Kakanda agenda to Esara. Nenga tanachitua will get someone to lead us in the anthems. Please come forward, sir. And our candidates wanja waze kuveting. Sigenda kuita candidate. Itani. The DJs playing anthems. Make it survey. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, you are the God of Jacob. You are the God of Abraham. You are the God of Israel. You split the Red Sea and made the way where there was no way. Even under the mighty hand of the Pharaoh, you, mighty God, you made the way. And Father, you said, ask and it shall be done. We are coming to you today, Lord, to make a way for us as you come us. Any Red Sea, whether it is the mighty arm of the God, whether it is dictatorship, whether it is tyranny, Lord, it cannot stand before you. As children of God, we ask for a way as Uganda to get total liberation, liberty, freedom, because this is the country you made for us. And if you believe, ladies and gentlemen, say amen and it shall be done. Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can take your seats, please. People power. You know, the NUP is very blessed to have many pastors, many imams, many sheikhs, bishops. So we have everybody represented. Let me invite our organizing secretary, Dr. Kanabi Moses, to give some updates. But as he comes, this is a press conference we are hosting to address the nation on several issues. Dr. Kanabi, as you come forward, please. We want to talk about different issues, but as you people can see, I am doing a role which is not mine, which is always done by our brother Waiswa Alex Mufumbiro, who all of you know is right now in detention. And I think it's good for us to proclaim what we normally proclaim. Actually, it is Comrade Kacha Doreen who normally says it. Free all political prisoners. Free all political prisoners. Lwaki twogera kw'abasibye? Museveni free all political prisoners. Yeah, let me have Dr. Kanabi to say something to us.
Thank you very much, Secretary General, Your Excellency, and other dignified party officials. I greet you all. This is to give you an update on the nominations of our candidates across the country. As you are aware, during the LOC5 candidates nominations, our candidates faced many challenges, and we aired them out. The same challenges continue. We had gotten many candidates across the country at LOC3 level, municipality level and district level, and they've been nominating. But the regime operatives are out to totally frustrate them. We've been making follow-ups across the country. Many challenges. In many districts, our registrars have been abducted so that they could not stamp for the candidates. Other registrars have had stamps withdrawn from them deliberately by the regime operatives, mainly the DSOs, GSOs, PSOs, and even people from offices of RDCs. That's how low they have stooped. Grabbing our registrars, confiscating stamps, even kidnapping registrars. Candidates look for them and they cannot find them. As if that is not enough, even for those whose forms have been stamped, when they go to the returning offices, they are requested to present the registrars physically. So you go back to your constituency and come with the registrar to verify that is the one who signed for you. So you can imagine some of these constituencies are 40 miles, 50 from the district headquarters. And when a candidate who has been there since morning is told to present the registrar at 3-4 p.m. and the registrar now has to move from wherever he is. By the time he gets there, he's told it's time out, it's already 5, come the following day. And transporting these people back and forth has proved to be very expensive for our candidates. In some districts, we empowered our sub-regional coordinators we gave them the signing mandate to sign for our candidates. Now, those have been asked to go there physically and prove that they are the ones who signed. So you can imagine a coordinator who is in Gulu has to travel to Lamu, to Amuru, to Agago. All these are deliberately intended to frustrate our candidates from nominating, and many are bowing out. Frustrated, they are opting out. They are being told that if they want to nominate, they should come as independents. They should nominate as independent candidates, but not under NUP. Even when they are there, they are told that they have to first nominate NRM and other parties. You NUP, you will come last. By the time they get there, they tell them they have to first verify their signatures. Verification of signatures takes hours. And they are told that the system is down, the internet is off. They can't continue verifying these signatures. And as time passes, it clocks 5 p.m., they are sent back home, told to get back the following day. So many of our candidates are being frustrated deliberately to bow out of the race. Others are being secretly contacted to nominate independently. So those are the challenges our candidates are going through in Noya, very, very serious in Noya, in Amuru, in Padel, in Lamu, in Agago, in Kitigum, in Bukedea, in Katakwi, in Chegegwa, in Masindi. They are told to go with the registrars, and by the time they tell them that, it's already late. So it's total frustration across the country. But I want to assure Ugandans, we shall not waver. We are determined. This is a struggle, and we are going to get there. Our candidates will get nominated by crook or hook. So pray for us, support us, we shall get there. It's not easy, deliberate frustration, but we shall overcome. Thank you. Kakati, nga bwe mumanyi mwenna ng'eggwanga tuli mu budde bwa nominations. Bakandidates baffe banominatinga ab'omutendera ogw'amagombolola ne town councils. Mu Uganda yonna twafuna bakandidates. Era abantu ne beewuunya ne batandika okugamba NUP yafuna etya bakandidates Eramo, yafuna etya bakandidates Noya, Amuru, Agago and so on. So kati basalawo okubalemesa okunominatinga. Babalemesa batya? Bwe batuukawo ku makya nga basooka bakola ku balala bonna nga balinda ziba ziwera ssaawa 9-10 nga baga kati ab'NUP mujje. Bwe batandika okuyingizaamu amannya ba verifying signatures z'amannya ge batutte nga bagamba nti system efudde, internet eri slow, internet tekola, amannya tegavaayo paka lwe ziwera ssaawa 11 ne babagamba kati ffe tunyuse muddeeyo munaakomawo enkya. Nga bwe mumanyi constituencies n'abantu bava wala mayiro 4-5 bwe bajja alese n'omuntu anaamusekendinga ne baddayo ng'ate n'enkeera balina okudda. Ekyo bakikola bakandidates baffe bagwemu amaanyi. Abalala bwe batuuka nga buli kimu kiryoke nga bagamba naye sigini kyeno twagala muleete registrar eyabasayiningidde atuuke wano akakase nti yeyasayininze. Ate kuba ebibiina ebirala ebyo tebabikola, tebabibabuuza naye babibuuza ba NUP babalemese okutambuza registrar omujja mu constituency eryewala mayiro 5 nga bakigambye ku ssaawa 10. It's practically impossible. Tekisoboka registrar oyo kugendayo ku verifying nti yasayiningidde abantu abo. So abantu baffe bagezaako bamalemu amaanyi. Eriyo mu bitundu gye twagamba ba sub-regional coordinators basayininge nga ba registrars baffe babawambye. Eriyo ba registrars be bawamba, eriyo ba registrars be bajjako stamps ne bazibajjako. Kati ba sub-regional coordinators ne basayininga ne bastampinga. Kati babagamba mujje mubeerewo physically mukakase nti mwe mwasayininga. Kati okutambula olugendo olwo oli ayina districts 5-6 ne kibanga kizibu nga obudde bwe bukola ki bwe bugenda bwe bugwayo balabe nga bakandidates baffe tebanominatinga. Abalala babatuukirira ku masimu mpola mpola ne babagamba nti bwe muba mwagala okunominatinga mulina kujjanga independent bave mu NUP. Mu bitundu bingi ebibiina ebirala tebirinayo bakandidates. Kati babagamba musale munominatingire mu bibiina ebirala naye si National Unity Platform bwe muba mwagala okunominatinga nga bakandidates. Abali mu bino be baani? Ba RDCs, ba GSOs, ba PSOs, ba DSOs. Ebintu emirimu egyabwe gya security tebalina kakwate konna na kunominatinga ba candidates. Naye awo we batuuse level ey'obutategeera gye baliko. Naye mbakakasa bakandidates baffe balemeddeko era tusala buli magezi okulaba nga bonna banominatinga wadde batiisibwa. Districts ezisinze okukosebwa mulimu Noya, Amuru, Padel, Lamor, Kitigum, Kyegegwa, Okedeya ne Katakwi. Okutiisatiisa kungi naye bakandidates baffe balemeddeko era tusala amagezi gonna okulaba nga banominatinga. Eyo y'embeera kati gye tutambuliramu ng'eggwanga. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalidde.
Thank you very much. Omusana bwe gwaka mwetaaga ki? Ate enkuba okitegeera. Let me invite our team from Kamwenge, from Western Uganda, to come and kukatiriza ebigambo bya organizing secretary they are facing similar challenges in that place. So you people have been seeing the regime claiming that, now in these places they have unopposed candidates of NRM and all that. That is a lie. We have candidates in every district of Uganda as the National Unity Platform. So when they realized that NUP has candidates everywhere, they resorted to those tactics. Zemulide. Kumalebanga wale bagamba nti NUP teina candidates. Era njagala kwebaza organizing secretary Saabakunzi waffe yavaako n'alyuko kati omulimu gwe bakoze emyaka 5 gino. Bamaze emyaka gino gyonna 5 nga bapreparinga for this election, nga bafuna bakandidate, bafuna ki mu ggwanga lyonna lyonna. Naye kaakati nga bwe mulaba regime olukujukuju lwetandise okukozesa okulemesa abantu baffe okunominatinga.
People power, people power, our power, NUP, Kunga Uganda Kunga, Kunga President Kunga, Kunga Western Kunga, Kunga Northern Kunga, Kunga everywhere Kunga. My name is Ayogera Patience, aspiring woman MP, Kamwenge District. These are my fellow comrades. They are also aspirants. Madam Basabamwe.
Okay, thank you. Amabaragange ne banyita Ayogera Jacqueline, ndioma abanyakwesimbire home for Portal City as woman MP.
People power, people power, our power, NUP. Amazina ne banyita Natamba Robert, nyetsimbire aha Kibale East constituency. Omushiija rusinge fujo niteekateeka mu Uganda yona, nyetsimbire na Mr. Frank aliyo natwara haza munonga. Tumwebaze.
Obunabe ni nkura hina keshongora kinakuzire ni mpura haza ngakora ninkakunda haza ninde nanye nikanyamba munonga ngakora nkura keshongoro bako eshongora ngo ntwenda change no change tuhize ntwenda change no change tuhize twenda change abanya-Uganda nitugamba twenda change no change tuhize itwe Kamwenje nitugamba no change tuhize twenda change ndoza nange views kati ziwedde nange banona kakati nyo umukurebera ndio munyakamwenje nizarwa Kamwenje konka ko kumukimanya batutinire bo batutinire wadde bateke ekishani cyo kwereka ngo nitwe tubatinire. Mr. President nyonye ndakugambira itwe Kamwenje eshahe kiturinka bahekera no majwi tukurara ngo kumukuturebaha nuko kuturi tine kitwine tine cyo kuranisa kitwine kongesha heje niyo cyo kurwanisa kinyine no kwijankemereraha nkagamba eba kutukora kongo mukugamba kwanje bonu ko kutina kwabo itwe Kamwenje Mr. President twino ho kurubata twino ho kurara. They are harassing us. Nibenda simanyi kutwita nibenda ebyaburijo because it's already happening. But Mr. President, I'm here to assure you, I'm here to assure Ugandans and people of Kamwenge. Nkoko mukutureba, we are not intimidated. And we are ready to go through what they want to make us go through. But we are standing, we want change. And we are here to remove the dictator. Come rain, come shine. We are removing the dictator 2026 protest vote. Itwe hanuya okwijo kutuvetinga. I personally am not here standing nkurondobwa MP kuzo parliament. Mr. President, I'm here to be vetted, to be given a card as a commander. As a commander, Kamwenge district. In your absence in Kamwenge district, I'm the Chaguranyi in Kamwenge. With my team, that's what we are here to represent. We are presenting you in Kamwenge. We are the Chaguranyis in Kamwenge. And we are family, we are strong. Mr. President, we request you. This is the request from the people of Kamwenge. Bambi. Twatukushaba mukama wanje. Abantu bakamwenge nubakwenda. Ngoijeyo mazima. Mwebale mnonga. Mwebale mnonga. This is my comrade. He's also a candidate. We have two constituencies. We have Chibale East and Chibale. Ogomwajo nwesi ndali Franka tumwebaze. Mwena Franka tumwebaze ni mumanya. Itoka mwenje ni wozoni. Tulio muwozoni. Kongako mukule bito tulio abana bato konga we are ready to fight. Mwebale mnonga.
People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Amazina ganje ninye Asimo Derrick. Nyetekateka kukwata ticket ya National Unity Platform representing Chibale County, Kamwenge District in the 12th Parliament. Only, thank you Mr. Secretary General, just 1 minute. When I came out, when I came out to declare my intentions to go to Parliament on the NUP ticket, back then last year, the first people to be approached with promises of us being lynched by bangers were my parents. Today, I'm still standing firm if my party trusts me. Now, as a sub-region, we are categorically under attack. First, it was Bobiwine. Few days ago, it has been Doreen Kaija. We are not stopping soon. We shall be there. To our comrades in incarceration, this is for you. We shall never surrender. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Do we have comrades from Karamoja who are here for vetting? Stand up, please. You can actually run here from Karamoja. And today we also have a great Pichisigenda Baita Musonyo. Let me invite, where are the other people from Bunyoro? You can wave to us. Oh yes, you can see all those who are from Bunyoro. Ama, you can say hello to us.
Hello members. People power. Our power. People power. And my name is Chiluk Regina. I'm from Kabong District. Women Member of Parliament, Kabong District. The day when I declared myself as a woman member of Parliament, I went to the returning officer. I picked the form, but I met with the people from the Gizos. I was intimidated. They told me, if you pick a form, we shall work on you. I told them, I will work on you too. Because I had strength, I was determined, I had confidence that I will do the needful for our district. Thank you so much. I came here for vetting. I'm the only person because others are hiding, they don't want to come out. But one beauty is that most of our parish councillors, SPPs, have nominated under our power. You are represented and the youth are ready to vote for our president. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All the way from Kabong. Please come for a presidential handshake. Our government, if they want to work on her, she will work on them. People power. Our power. Yeah. So because of time, I want to go straight into some of the issues we want to address today. The other issues, those comrades have already talked about the state of fear and intimidation that we are undergoing as NUP. Our people are being hounded left, right, and center. All of you have seen the new abductions that are taking place and all that, and we want to condemn that in the strongest terms possible. Like we've been telling you people, these things which they are talking about, unlawful drilling, are just an excuse. In the last election, they abducted over 4,000 supporters of the National Unity Platform. 18 of them are still missing up to now. Were they also unlawfully drilling? So we have been making it clear that it's not about unlawful drilling or whatever fake charges they are coming up with. It is just the persecution. That these things are just fake. Look at some of the people they have picked up, including our comrade Waiswa Alex Mufumbiro. On the 12th of February, when they claim he was here doing unlawful drilling, he never stepped here at the party headquarters. He was at a hospital and he came out to talk about that. Comrade Kaija Dorin never stepped here on that day. But the criminal regime, that is a charge they have put against her. Even if you look at the people they go around picking up, so like we've been saying, they just pick NUP supporters and then start thinking about the charges to put on them. Like we said yesterday, for Doreen Kaija, they even slapped her with an offense related to running a private school that is not classified. How shameless, how laughable. You all know that when we started that school, they summoned us at police. We went and told them that the NUP School of Leadership is a department of a political party. Because we call it a school, they started asking, where is the syllabus, who are the lecturers, who is the vice chancellor? Say, do these people even understand what they're talking about? But because they fear us, first of all, NUP is the most organized political party in the country. For them, they are even struggling to build headquarters. But for us, we have a headquarter here, and we even have a school of leadership, and now we have a headquarter in Iganga, and offices across the country. So they say, who are these people to think that they can have all these facilities across the country? And remember, then they raided the school, stole our books and everything. After stealing our books, we thought they had read them, so that they start behaving like leaders. But it seems they did not even read those books which they stole from us. So we condemn that in the strongest terms possible and assure the people of Uganda that that is just persecution. And like we announced recently, we are going to the Constitutional Court to challenge that unconstitutional charge of unlawful drilling. We want to challenge it before the Constitutional Court so that they stop using it to, abduct people and do all these crimes that they are committing. But we've also been saying that if you know that we have committed any offense, why do you waylay people, abduct them, torture them and all that? Summon them and see if they will not appear before the police in accordance with the law. And to that end, I recently, on behalf of NUP, wrote a letter to the IGP pointing out these illegalities, these criminal actions, and the double standards which we see. I'm sure all of you have seen videos of NRM supporters doing the military drills. For us as NUP, we don't do military drills. But you have seen NRM supporters doing military drills, and nothing happens to them. The other day you saw pictures and videos of NRM supporters putting on yellow t-shirts, moving around in UPDF trucks in this town. You have not seen that man Kulaije come out to say anything about it. They just keep talking about NUP because they fear the power of the people, and they know that they are surely on their way out. So that is the first thing I wanted to address. The second one is about the nomination process. Our president will tell you about the nomination process and what we intend to do, but I wanted to assure you that we submitted all the signatures. We submitted signatures in excess. And unlike NRM, which normally submits fake signatures, which they get from PDM books and all these things which they always do, they go to You remember in the last election when they claimed that they had collected 5 million signatures and people went and verified that those 5 which they took there were empty. But NUP submitted real signatures from real people. Unfortunately, like Dr. Kanabi was saying, the regime has been approaching people who signed for NUP, intimidating them. Can you imagine? In Isinjiro, they went and looked for all the people who signed for a president and told them to sign for Museveni also. Now, the media may be asking themselves why we did not even notify you on the day when we went there, because we had to do it in a rubber-dub style after learning that they wanted to claim that the people who signed for us had already signed for another candidate. So that is why if you see how we left here with our signatures, some of the people had to be on borders so that these guys do not waylay us and take away these signatures. Now, even after all that, they've been approaching people who signed for us, intimidating them, asking why they signed for NUP. Unfortunately, the Electoral Commission up to now has not yet released these certificates, and it is our hope that they are not playing funny games. Because we've been following up every day asking them how far they have gone with verifying these signatures, because we want to be ready for nomination. And like I said, we've been asking them every day to give us that certificate which we need to proceed to pay and all these things. They haven't done that. It is our hope that they are not playing any funny games, because the people of Uganda are watching them. Finally, I want to address the issue of the National Consultative Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know that a few months back, Parliament, in a very bizarre and really criminal manner, amended the Political Parties and Organizations Act. Why do I call it in a criminal manner? Because they did not follow the law in any way possible. They violated all the rules in the book. But they went ahead and passed the Political Parties and Organizations Act amendment. NUP has been in the National Consultative Forum from inception. And the vice chairperson of the National Consultative Forum is Comrade Katana Benjamin, our national treasurer. Previously, it was Mama Jole Muchisha, may her soul rest in peace, who was the vice chairperson of that entity. Parliament amended that law because we had taken a stand against joining IPOD. One, because it was an NGO. It was actually not an NGO. It was a company limited by guarantee. So we took a stand and said we are not going to join a company, and also gave other reasons why we could not join that entity, which in our view was illegal and not binding on anybody. Then what happened was that because public funds are allocated for political parties through Parliament, they realized that NUP, first of all, was putting all the money we get to very good use. They realized that we are actually building a real political party in this country, with a party headquarters, with offices, with a functional secretariat, and everything. So when they realized that we have been on the move, they decided to amend the law to say that now IPOD will become an institution under the National Consultative Forum. They made it a department under NCF, and said that all political parties with representation in Parliament must belong to IPOD in order for them to get any public funds. They also said that all political parties which are not represented in Parliament are going to be part of what they call the Forum of Non-Represented Political Parties. So that became the law. It became the binding law of the land after passing that law. Although we are challenging it before court, we are challenging the Political Parties and Organizations Act, the amendment, before court on account of the illegalities and also the content. Because we believe that you cannot force someone to be part of something they don't want to be a part of. And like we communicated to you, ladies and gentlemen, public funds for political parties is not just a phenomenon in Uganda. In over 100 countries of the world, political parties get funding. But because of the criminal regime, they wanted to find every way possible to deny NUP those funds. So they amended the law. But now what is very funny, even after amending the law, under that law, it says that the minister, who is the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, shall make a statutory instrument for political parties to determine whether they want to be part of NCF or not. Now, what Mao did together with the regime, they said, no. They did not make that statutory instrument. We are part of NCF, but they have been having meetings discussing things to do with the amended law in complete exclusion of the National Unity Platform, which we protest strongly against. We have written several letters about this matter. All of them are here. Those in the media can access them. We have written to the Electoral Commission. We have written to the ministry itself, telling them that if you say that what is happening is in accordance with the law, one, give us a copy of the statutory instrument so that NUP decides whether to be part of NCF or not. And like I said, now that iPod, which previously was a company, now is a statutory body. We are before court trying to even nullify that, but it is a binding law at present. I don't know if I have explained this issue well, because the media has been asking us all the time. Ekyo ndowooza kankiddemu ne mu Luganda nti ensonga zibadde ssatu, ensonga kanzogereko very briefly. Ekisooka y'ensonga egenda mu maaso ey'okulemesa abantu baffe okwewandiisa. Basooka ne bagamba nti NUP terina bakandidate mu bitundu by'eggwanga eby'enjawulo, naye mukirabye nti wonna mu ggwanga lyonna lyonna mu district zonna tulina bakandidate ba National Unity Platform. Kaakati regime kyeri mu kukola ng'ekozesa ba DISO ne ba RDC n'abalala kwe kubalemesa okwewandiisa. Era abamu mu balabe bali wano ne wenjogera olunaku olwaleero waliwo bakandidate baffe abali ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda abagenze kwekubira enduulu ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda ku nsonga eyo be balemesa okwewandiisa. Organizing Secretary ababuulidde mu districts ez'enjawulo e Bukedeya, Katakwi, wonna era babakwata ne babasiba oba ne batuuka ne bagamba gwe lwaki weesimbye ku NUP. NUP tetujagala wano. Oluusi babagamba waakirifu n'ekibiina kyonna kyonna ekirala kuyamba nominatingiremu ekyo. I don't know if our sister Ageno Harriet is here. Ageno oyo bwe yali yeesimbye mu by election Dokolo, bamuyita ne bamugamba nti waakiri waali yeesimbye mu kibiina kyonna kyonna ekirala so si NUP. Ne bagamba kubanga eyo ye opposition. Ebigambo byabwe si byange kubanga abo balwanyisa gavumenti. Ne bagamba abalala waakiri sobola okukwatagana nabo naye NUP. Ekyo nno kitegeeza mu bemba wa NUP muli ku mulamwa, mwali kubiddeko ne mu ngalo. Kakati of course n'okutulugunya abantu baffe okubakijjanya nga bateekako ebisangosango tikati mukoze drill z'amagye ate nga bw'olaba obutambi aba NRM bamanyi n'okwambala t-shirt za Museveni ne bakola drills oluusi nga bakutte n'emmundu n'ebirala bwe bityo. So eyo nsonga tujogeddeko era ne tugivumirira. Kakati ensonga endala y'eyokuba nti signatures ezinominatinga president waffe banange twazikunganya ne tuziweza ne tusukanamu ezo ze baali beetaaga. Ate nga bwe mbagambye ffe tulina signature ezaddala, si bali aba NRM abagenda mu bitabo bya PDM simanyi ne bagenda mu masomero ne bakola ki ne bafuna n'ennamba z'abantu ne baleeta oluusi nga ezo files zirina empty nga teri kirimu. Ffe tulina signatures kuva mu bannayuganda bennyini, naye kati kye tubadde tulaba nga bano ba DISO ba RDC n'abalala batuukirira abantu. Ekyo nno kirina okulaga akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ke tulina, kubanga signatures zino twaziwa akakiiko ka byakulonda, naye kaakati signatures zaatuuka zitya ate mu ba DISO, mu ba GISO, mu ba PISO, mu ba VISO, nga bakubira abana abantu bababuuza mwasayiningira mutya President Kyagulanyi. era nga batuuka n'okutuuka isinjiro ne babagamba mwena abasayiningidde oyo omusajja musayiningire ne Museveni. Kyemuva mulaba tetwabatemyakumu abamawuli mwali mubuuza singa tukukoze ng'omukolo munene kubanga twali tumanyi bagala kutusookayo then bo bagambe nti abantu abatusayiningidde bebasayiningidde babagambe nti signatures tuzifunye ng'oli yatusooseeyo, so kiba kitegeeza signatures zaffe babagenda kuzivalidatinga. Tubadde tubakubira amasimu buli lunaku tusindikayo ttiimu zaffe, weewaawo batugambye nti leero mu afternoon bajja kutuwa report ku nsonga eyo, katusuubire tebali mu bubadi bwe babadde nga mu ebbanga lyonna era signatures zaffe kubanga tuzeesiga tumanyi nti bannayuganda be batusayiningira okunominatinga president waffe ekigenda ekirina okukolebwa mu mateeka. Ensonga esembayo mbadde ngezaako kunnyonnyola ku nsonga eno abasinga gye mwogerako ng'eya iPod. Ebbanga lyonna iPod tebadde company, sigenda kukiyita na kibiina ky'abanaceewa kubanga tebadde NGO. Bagenda ne bagiregisteringa nga company mu URSB. Era ffe ne tugamba tetugenda kukola ki kwegatta ku company. Ebbanga eryo lyonna mukimanyi bulungi nnyo ensonga yaffe bwebadde eyimiridde. Kaakati naye nga mu tteeka nga bwe kiri mu mawanga agasukka mu 100 mu nsi, ng'etteeka ligamba nti ebibiina by'obufuzi ebiri represented mu palamenti, gavumenti erina okuyisa ssente mu palamenti zisobozese ebibiina okuddukanya emirimu gyabyo. Nga bwe mumanyi ffe nga NUP twavaayo ne tubalaga nti ssente ezo tubadde tufuna obutundu 12 ku buli 100 bwokka. NRM ng'efuna obutundu 7.5 ku buli 100, abalala ne batwala ebitundutundu ebirala. Naye ffe NUP newankubadde tubadde tufuna 12% yokka, ensi yonna erabye ekisobodde okukola mu bbanga ttono. Ate bali babadde bazifuna okumala ebbanga ddene nnyo. Sebo bw'oba wakuzikuba zikubire eddala kandi flag bearer for Wakiso. Ate oyo abamu bali wano kubeera vetted naye abalala bakivaamu dda era abakandidate balina nominated. So endugu nebakwata nekola ki? Bwe bamala kulaba nga ebitundu 12 ku buli 100 kyetufuna tubikozesa bulungi nnyo, tubalabisa. Ekigambo ekituufu kwe kubalabisa, kubanga osobola otya okuba nga ofuna 12% ate ng'ozifunidde emyaka mitono nnyo, bo babaddewo nga bazifuna emyaka gino gyonna, nobeera ng'okoze bye tukoze nabo basaasira. Kakati endugu ne bakwata ne bagamba naye bano abantu tulina okufuna olukujjukujju lwonna lwe tusobola oyitamu okubalemesa ssente. Naye n'ekirala nga baagala kukola kyonna kyonna ekisoboka okulaba nga tugenda mu kalulu, tubeera crippled ng'ekibiina nga NUP. Kubanga obiraba byonna bwe baalaba nga tusemeredde okulonda ne batandika okugezaako otukrippolinga mu mbeera eyo. Kwe kuleeta ekyo ekiteekateeka kye baleeta mu palamenti okukola ennongosereza mu tteeka erifuga ebibiina by'obufuzi lye bayita Political Parties and Organizations Act. Etteeka eryo twaliwakanya nnyo olw'engeri gye baalireeta n'ebyo ebiri mu tteeka eryo, kubanga etteeka eryo teryagoberera amateeka bwe baali balireeta. Era tuli mu kooti tuliwakanya, naye ate ffe ng'abantu tumanyi nti lyetteeka eririwo kati olunaku olwaleero. Kakati ne tubagamba kati etteeka eryo kye baakola, bakwata kino ekitongole kye tulimu ekya National Consultative Forum ekireeta ebibiina by'obufuzi byonna, ne bateekamu departments 2. Ne bagamba department y'ebibiina ebiri mu palamenti egenda yitibwanga iPod. Ne bagamba department ey'ebyo ebibiina ebitali mu palamenti egenda kubeera Forum for Non-Represented Parties. Kati ne bagireetamu departments 2. Bwe bagireetamu departments 2 ne tubawandiikira ne tubagamba newankubadde tetukkiriziganya na tteeka lino era tuli mu kooti tuliwakanya, tumanyi nti lino lyetteeka, kaakati lino muligoberere. Kubanga etteeka eryo ligamba ti minisita alina okukola statutory instrument oba regulations oba amateeka agalungamya ebibiina byegatta bitya ku NCF ate bigifuluma bitya. Ffe nga NUP nga bwe ngambe tuli mu NCF era ffe abamyuka akulembera NCF. naye wetwogerera olunaku olwaleero tetufunangako baluwa n'emu, tetufunangako regulations, naye kyetwategedde gye buvuddeko oyo Norbert Mao gwe mulabye ayogera bamuyita byansimattu, saagala kwogera ekyo ekigambo ekirala, naye gwe mulaba ng'ayogera ebyanjwanjwa era kyekigambo ekituufu ndowooza. Oyo yennyini yawandiika ebbaluwa gye buvuddeko, n'awandiikira byabagamba n'amugamba kakati ebibiina nze byemmanyi biri 6 bye biba biweebwa ssente za gavumenti. NUP temugiwa, simanyi oba mutegeera bannange. Kakati ebyo byonna bali mugezaako bikola okukripolinga oba okukonzibya emirimu gya National Unity Platform. Ebbaluwa ziri wano, ffe nga bwe mmanyi bulijjo tuba twagala kubeera on record, byonna bye tukola tuba twagala kubeera on record, so twabawandiikira era n'olunaku lwakyo twawandikidde chairperson w'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ne tumugamba nti byonna bye bali mu kukola ekisooka tubigoberera tubiraba, naye akimanye nti bimenya amateeka, tebasobola, kubanga ffe nga NUP tulina okuweebwa omukisa okusalawo nti tusigale mu NCF oba tufulume, naye tosobola kutuula mu ofiisi yo n'osalawo. Ate ekyenjagala obajjukiza nti ssente zino ze twogerako ze bali mu kukusa ogezaako okubba bwe batyo, si za Mwami Museveni, si za Norbert Mao, ssente ezo za muwi w'omusolo, si zaabwe nti kati Mao atuula n'asalawo nti kubanga bano be bakyali baffe be twogera nabo be tuba tuwa ssente. Obwo obuyinza tebuli ku ye. So buli kibiina kyalibadde kiweebwa omukisa ne kiditamininga twagala kusigala mu NCF, twagala gifuluma. Yabaayi njogedde bingi era kampite omwogezi waffe ate nga yatukulembera mu Parliament ajja ayongereze ku bigambo ebyo. Kanyewole ku manvuuliyo. President bamanyi oluganda olwakabi manvuuli manvuuni ninvuuli. Kakati mulabe tulina Abaganda ddala, tulina Abaganda wawu abajja ne bawawula empisa zaabwe, tulina Abaganda ggere mbu ab'emagere Abaganda nakabala n'abalala. People power, our power. We want to welcome you, colleague leaders, for coming through today. I know that we are busy, and for this period we have been telling people your presence at our party headquarters should be limited. We want you on ground. You're being asked for the ground, so you have got to be on ground looking for that ground, and that's very important. But we appreciate you, those that have been able to come. Others have come for vetting, including our Deputy President for Central. You see, he's very smart. He came with his bag, with his academic qualifications. He's going for vetting. Just to emphasize one quick issue, we of course have been seeing the abductions. Mr. DG, tulistede wano. Yala President wana tuki ukogera nga akazindalo tekebuzabuza. So tukatereze. I've been emphasizing the recent abductions that are happening by these cowards. Look, no strong man does the kind of things these people are doing. You know, you'll hear them say, I'm Sawarwani, we are powerful, I don't know, generals. They also have many genetically modified generals who think they are very powerful. No, they are cowards. That's why they are abducting young people, innocent people who are speaking out against the ills of our country. We continue to condemn in the strongest terms possible these abductions. We shall continue to push back against them, because it's a very cowardly act against innocent citizens who are saying we want better, we want change. I heard the Honorable Norbert Mao speaking very Honorable Norbert Mao was speaking very dishonorably and saying we as NUP, we are intolerant. And that's why we are not on the same table with Mr. Museveni like the other parties he mentioned. Yes, we are intolerant to bad governance. We are intolerant to corruption. We are intolerant to injustice. We are intolerant to brutality. We are intolerant to poor service delivery. We are tired. We want a better country. And so yes, everything we do within the law. That's why we don't ill-treat even those who disagree with us, even though for them they ill-treat us. But we are intolerant to all of these ills that are affecting our country. And so we'll keep pushing back at every opportunity that we get. And so as we're getting set for this election, we want to call on the people of Uganda to be united. Let's unite around the idea of change. The people of Uganda for a very long time have been saying, the opposition, let's unite. Let's come together. They did that in 1995, in 2001, 2006, 2011, 2016, 2021. And they've been saying the same thing even now. And they're saying, the opposition, come together, unite. And truth is, it has always been a head-banging project, not exactly bearing fruit. But one of the reasons is the things that Norbert Mao was saying. Because some people who are saying they are opposition, they are really in Mr. Museveni's bedroom. So it becomes convoluted for that unity to happen. That said, of course, we as NUP, we join hands with whoever is serious about changing leadership in our country. Whoever is serious. Because not everyone is serious around that cause. No. Some other people are serious about other things, yeah? So those who are serious about changing leadership and then transforming our country, those are our allies and we'll connect with them. Of course, the people of Uganda keep saying, let's have one joint presidential candidate. That's been our clarion call as the National Unity Platform. We tried that in 2021. We have been at it this time round. Of course, our other colleagues are saying, no, let's front two candidates as opposed to one. We have not exactly bought into that idea because it confuses our people. You're not going to tell our people that now, we NUP, we are supporting two presidential candidates, one with an umbrella, another one with another symbol. It creates unnecessary confusion. But again, that's the right of those who think that way. Our belief is that we come together jointly. But look, ultimately, even if that doesn't get to happen, you know, we politicians and the other political entities, there can be challenges. But the people of Uganda are united continuously because they know what they want. They do know what they want. They are tired of bad governance, they are tired of unemployment, they are tired of poverty, they are tired of corruption, poor service delivery. So they are united around a better country. And so, even if ultimately there will be many people on the ballot paper, the people of Uganda know who really is the change candidate, ultimately. But then there was a place of iPod yes, Jabada Yogede Kenyo has requested to add just one or two lines. Look, as has been mentioned, we were conscripted into iPod by force, by law. Because now, all parties that have members of parliament, that's a department called the iPod within the National Consultative Forum. And so, we were pushed there. Our initial challenge with iPod was, look, this is just a club. People come meet, take tea, take pictures. All the issues they have discussed don't get to be acted upon. Parties go out there and they cannot mobilize. And so we said, we're not just going to be part of Chinyomo sitting there and nothing gets to happen. You can't even go out and mobilize. Now they said, let's conscript you within the law. That's why we have been saying that now that you conscripted us forcibly within the law, to say that you are now members of iPod. That's why we are saying, can we know, what are you guys doing? Where are those regulations? Honorable Mao, you're very busy running around saying too many things. You're not busy doing your job as Minister of Justice. Where are the regulations that are meant to put the amended law into effect? We want to look at them because those regulations affect us now that we were conscripted into iPod. And that's why we have been saying, can we see What do those regulations look like? Those MOUs people are signing, can we see what do they look like? Because you will pass regulations and other things which affect us as members, and we don't know what's there in. So we want to see them now that we were conscripted within the law. And even more importantly, National Consultative Forum has been holding many meetings. We have the Vice Chairperson, Councillor Benjamin Katana. The matters that have been discussed there, to say let's free up the political space. Why does that not get to happen? And that's why we are pushing back against the regime to say now, we are seeing the NRM holding processions. We saw when they were taking back signatures for Mr. Museveni. Of course, they had all these empty trays, but there were very many. And they had people, in a procession. I did not see police react. If anything, police and the military were accompanying them nicely. The Electoral Commission who was saying, no, we don't want processions to our offices. They will come to them very nicely. Our hope is that next week, as we are nominating our presidential candidate, you will treat us in a similar manner. Yes, because we have the support and we are coming. Our hope is that we'll be treated the same way these ones were received, nicely, with their small procession. Ours will be bigger. Yes, because we have bigger support. So don't begrudge us for having a bigger procession. Do not begrudge us for having a bigger procession. So the standard should be the same. If some people can hold a procession and hold a rally, we also getting set to hold our rally, to hold our procession. Our president, who is going to be nominated, will give us more details about that. But we are getting set. Our hope is that there will be equal treatment across the board. Oluzungu lumala. Kanjogere ku Luganda. Kubanga ab'empigi nabo bazze wano bagenda bafenti. Kati ngalo mukubaza ki? Mwagala mbere n'empalana ne honorable Mwanga Kivumbi. Tubadde twebaza abakulembeze baffe. Vetting ekyagenda maaso bangi. Twabaddewo wano netwogera Oluzungu twalufuuye ddu ne tutuyana musajja n'abakyala bali babuuza ebibuuzo bannange naye bwe buvunaanyizibwa bwabwe. So abagiyiseemu kuliko eyo bangi bakyagiyitamu, era nga batugambye mulabye abantu bangi kuva mu bitundu by'eggwanga ebyenjawulo wano e Buganda, mu mambuka Northern Uganda, mu bugwanjuba, mu buvanjuba, East and Western Uganda, abantu bajja okuyita mu kakungunta ako, era gye bujja eyo tujja kutegeeza eggwanga biki ebivuddeyo, tugenda kutambula tutya. Emu ku bibadde njagala okwogerako kyekiwamba abantu ekizeemu ensangi zino ekikolebwa abatiitiizi ne bawamba Waiswa, Kayija Doreen n'abalala ba Edi Mutwe babawamba ne babatwala mu zi basement n'abalala bangi abamaze emyaka n'ebisiibo eyo mu makomera abalala tumanyi nawo bwe bali. Ebikolwa bino bya butiitiizi. Bano bagamba nti kati saabalwanyi simanya b'amaanyi nnyo. Lwaki olwanagana n'abaana abatamanyi na kukwata munda, abatamanyi na bintu bya kugamba bo kye baagala nkyukakyuka, naye kati bw'oli mu kukubagana nabo olw'obutiitiizi. Tusigala tugamba amateeka gagoberedwe. Mugamba nti mwe mwazzaawo amateeka, lwaki temwagala agagoberera? Bw'oba oteebereza nti omuntu azizza omusango, lwaki tomukwata ng'etteeka bwe ligamba n'omutwala mu kifo ekiri gazetted ne tutegeera nti wano waali? So buno obutiitiizi kyovudde olaba bwe nawulidde Norbert Mao ng'agamba nti fe aba NUP tuli intolerant. Tolerant kyeki Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi mu Uganda? Saakunyambako. Tetugumiikirize, tetwetoloola. We are intolerant, we don't tolerate around, tetwetoloola. Robert Mao yabadde agamba nti aba NUP nti fe obugumiikiriza tulina butono, tetulinga bino ebibiina ebirala bagamba nti bali mu opposition naye babeera mu kisenge kya Mwami Museveni. Nedda ffe tugamba tuli bakoowu. Yes, sir. So yes, ffe tetwekkiriranya tuli bakoowu. Ate si just ffe aba NUP naye bannayuganda bakooye efugabbi, bakooye obulyake, bakooye ogenda mu malwaliro nga teri ddagala,
bakooye obusomero obubi abaana baabwe gye babatwala obwa UPE, bakooye obuweereza obufu obutaliyo. Tubikooye ebintu bino. So bwe tugamba nti nedda tubikooye, weewaawo watuza okubanga waliwo ebibiina ebirala ebigamba nti bo ba opposition, ng'embeera eyo tebagiinaako buzibu ey'okuwamba abantu, ey'okubatulugunya, bo tebagiinaako buzibu. Ffe ng'aba NUP tugiinaako obuzibu era tukakoowu kyovudde olaba tetwekkiriganya. Tugenda mu kalulu tusaba bannansi tukwatire awamu ffenna. Kazinayo kano kantambi tutereze tufune akalala President kanayogererako ya. So mbadde ngamba nti tusaba bannansi eyo gye bali ffenna tukwatagane, kubanga bannansi kyetwagala tukimanyi, twagala obukulembeze obujja obunaatereeza eggwanga lyaffe kyetuliko era kyetuyayaanira. Tuzze tugezaako, bannayuganda bazze emyaka n'ebisibu nga bagamba naye abali ku ludda oluvuganya lwaki temwegatta nembeera ne presidential candidate omu. Kize kigezesebwako 2-1, 2-6, 2-11, 2-16, 2-21 ne kuluni naye tugezaako, naye ebiseera ebisinga tekivaayo nga bwe obaoliawo nga bannayuganda bwe baali kyagatti. Ensonga ezimu zezo Norbert Mao ze yabadde ayogerako nti waliwo ab'opposition bo abagaa nti Museveni tumwinaako buzibu era bali mu kisenge kye. Kakati abo bonna n'otuula nabo tebajja kuganya kugamba nti tusonge ku muntu omu, tekijja kusoboka. Of course tulina bannaffe abalala buli agamba nti ali serious tusonge. Abamu ku bannaffe bo bagambye nti mu kifo ky'okuteekawo candidate omu tuteekewo ba presidential candidates 2. Ffenna NUP twagambye nti ekyo kijja kubuzaabuza abantu baffe. Kati tunagamba nti NUP ffe tubaleetedde ba presidential candidates 2, omu ali kabonero ka manvuuli, omulala ali kabonero akalala, mumweronderewo. Kati abantu bo bagambe kukola kyawo obeera obabuzaabuzizza. So anyway bannaffe twabasabye ebadde mu nnyumba yaabwe obaoliawo baneetereza ne bakkaanya ne tuddamu okuwayamuko, naye ffe tusigala tugenda mu maaso. Naye ekyenkiza ennyo nti ffe ng'ebibiina kiyinza otulema okukola ku lw'ensonga ez'enjawulo zenkonyeeko, naye bannayuganda bo bamanyi okwegatta okukwatiramu ne bagamba nti kaakati ono ye kandidate ow'enkyukakyuka. Era kye tubasaba okukola. Ensonga ya iPod SG yagyogeddeko, kyenyinza okwogerezaako mu nsonga ya iPod. iPod kati yafuuka tteeka, buli kyali kibiina ky'owannakyewa, kakati iPod nefuuka etteeka. Kikatifu abali mu paalamenti batuyingizaayo ku mpaka. Bwe guli bwe gutyo tuzze tugamba Norbert Mao, Minisita wa Justice, mu kifo ky'okwetoloola oli enookola bino na biri, kola omulimu gwo gw'olina okuwandiika regulations ziri watwagala zitunulako, kubanga regulations ezo zitukwatako engeri gye mwatuyingiza mu iPod ku mpaka mu tteeka. Kati etteeka lyonna erigenda okufuga regulations ezo n'ebirala MOU twagala tubitunuleko. Kye tuzze tugamba tubirabeko tutegeere bino bye mukola biki bye mugamba mu regulations ezo, kubanga kati zitukwatako engeri gye batuyingizaayo, so nga tulina ozitunulako tulabe kikiriyo. Tuzirindiridde regulations ezo tebazituwanga, webebuzaabuza kati ne tubabuuza lwaki mwatuyingizaayo ku mpaka, oba temwagala tulabe amateeka agafuga ekintu kino kye mwatuyingizaamu. Tubirindiridde era tukyabibanje, twagala okuzitunulako ezo regulations kubanga zitukwatako ffenna nga bannansi. Kati lyafuuka tteeka, singa kiri bwe kyali ekibiina ky'owannakyewa kya iPod nga bwe kyali kati tteeka. Etteeka eryo weewaawo tuli mu kuliwakanya mu kkooti, naye kati lyeririwo. Twagala tutunulire regulations ezo tutegeere kiki ekirimu. Bane munzikirize ebigambo byange bikomyawo. Kampite Deputy President owa Buganda Region ajja tubuuzeeko. Okay, akyali mu kusomasoma agenda for vetting, agenda kwogera dakiika ntono. Soma nno ebitabo nno Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi, abantu abo tebasaaga, bali serious. Olana tuyaniddeyo. Let me invite our Deputy President in charge of Western to come and speak to us. Urabasa kujikwate.
People power, our power, our president, the North leadership, the aspiring candidates, and everyone here, you're most welcome. I bring you warm greetings from Western Uganda. We are more solid than ever before. The intimidation is there because they had never witnessed this and they never expected it. But we are equally, as a region, yearning for change, and the change we desire is hoped in our beloved president, the only and only His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Musinguzi. We will forever be grateful to you, President, for elevating most of us to a level that is very visible. People had an imagination that Westerners are okay. It's in your leadership that the narrative is broken and people have witnessed that Western is much more sad than the rest of the regions. Like we say, we are yearning for change, and we encourage each and every one not to succumb to the intimidation, not to succumb to the offers, not to succumb to the promises, but to look far ahead to the major goal that we want to achieve, and that is none other than a new Uganda. Briefly, to Abomu Western Uganda, netusima Manonga, President witu, ahabwo kutwereka ngo nikibasika netubasa kwehayo omubwebembezi kandi no kwihaho enteekateeka ya bingi kugira ngu omu Western turi kurungi. Omubwebembezi bwawe mukama wanje tucerekire omushana guri kujwa twabereka ngo omu West nitwe turi kukirayo kuba kubi munonga. Amasiko tugine omuriwe uri kututwara omu Uganda ensya enungi eyiturayesimilemu. Nimbashaba abantu mwe abo mu Western ngo tuhurire twine obumanzi tutatinaatiinisibwa tutayikiririza omuri ebyo ebibari kuturaganisa yaba ne sente yaba n'emirimo yaba ne kutwita esente kubarabe batarazitwire omu myaka 40 ahabwenki nibazituraganisa hati. Nyaburimwe turebe hare tutakatema omukanana tulinde eyi turi kuza bari kwihura. So turi kuzameza yo kwihura, reka tureke kutoratora oburagarikiza kandi obwe President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu arikwenda kututaha itebo. N'ebyo bice munyikirize nyimusye no kwecureza kwango ntaka mwimukize nareba Shamim Nambasa obuleti batugize ngo buri muzire ashemereye kuzarayo Shamimu Nambasa mwenanye aha murembe gwa Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu iza kuzarayo mwana kandi mwete Shamimu Nambasa
Thanks for putting us in the limelight. Proud of you, Doctor. Nebyo biche mwenyekirize Nyakire, Deputy President wa Central Region, obwase kugamba n'abantu kandi otwetere President we bali muno.
Nedda omanyifu Abaganda atatya musana talya bwami, ati omusana talya guki. People power, NUP, everywhere. Omulimu ogwange mwangu is to warm you up a little bit and invite the President. Mr. President, allow me make one small clarification. Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister of Britain, very eminent. In a cutthroat politics of UK, there was the need to draw a middle line between the far right and the far left. This is the statement she made. She said, in seeking for compromise, we should never surrender our vintage point of principled politics. Because today, it cannot be a nobody man for all intent and purposes, portraying us as intolerant. Nobody man, you were born in a broad daylight. Let me even tell you, nobody man, you are a shame to your generation. They believed in you so much. They hoped so much in you, including some of us. Kenneth Poka Kandi here and the like of others. We made Norbert Mawe president of DP, believing he will be doing exactly what Chaplain is doing now. You ashamed us, let us down. For you are not only intolerant, you are a very unprincipled politician. Therefore, don't invite us in your tent. Don't invite us in your temple of a group and a cluster of politicians that have sold out to NRM. You are not with you. We are to take you out with you. You are one and the same. Therefore, for Mao to pass around as a noble person, as a moral person, I don't understand where he gets the courage. That charisma we saw in you was not to do exactly that, was to push for better governed Uganda, because we deserve better. So I want to speak to encourage some of us and the National Unity Platform. The reason why the dictator and all his sycophants are singling us out is because Mr. Kavule, President of National Unity Platform, Your Excellency, the next president of Uganda, you've done a good job. If the dictator was comfortable with you, I would be scared. If the dictator was comfortable with the foot soldiers, I would be scared. If the dictator was comfortable with the Secretary General, I would be scared. Let us scare him more. He is doing it out of fear. He is intimidated. He knows he has lost the trust of the people of Uganda. With those few words, let me invite the President to come and address us. Chemwagala kati mutuule kakati waliwo ebintu ebimu ebyangu okunnyonnyola. Omanye abantu abamu be balwawo ne bakola ebintu ebyekigega, ne bakola ebintu ebimu ebitagwana nga bikwasa ensonyi mu bantu abalala. Tutandika obamanyiira ne tulowooza nti bantu ba bulijjo ne bye bakola bisaanidde. Pulezidenti wa DP Norbert Mao, ndi wano kumujjukiza, Mr. Norbert Mao, tosobora kubeera nga gwe obuulira abantu ti tusobole okuba nti tutoleretinga oba tuli intolerant. Gwe nange n'abalala abenkana, Norbert Mao, yali member wange nga ndi national chairman wa Uganda Democrats. He was an executive member, Nyazi knows. Literally, our generation believed in Norbert Mao. We thought Norbert Mao would be the Norbert Mao twalowooza ti Norbert Mao tumukiririzaamu yajja okuba akola kati Kyagulanyi byakola ki byakola. Lumu nayina obutakkanya ne bakakanda abo ng'ambaga nze nga nze nno mulabye baali bagenda Mbaale eyo ne bagati naye omulenzi ono gwe mwagala mutwale nga mukwano nnyo gwa Ssale ng'atambula nnyo ne Basale. Abasajja abo ne baŋatya ono ye liida waffe ow'omulembe guno gwe tukkiririzaamu. Norbert Mao olwaleero ali ku TV ebyo byonna yabivaako. Museveni yamugulanga kabalagala ne bamugula ku mudaala ne bamutwala ne n'obivaako. Kati gwe ensiisira gy'olimu gy'otugamba tujjemu eyo nsiisira Omwoyo ne Mandwa ne Luwale gwe musamiriramu waani wa Museveni. Ate si wa Museveni oyo Mao kati ali mu project yakuteekako Muhoozi Kayine Lugaba. N'olwekyo gwe toweeyisawo olw'eggulogulo ng'abantu balamu. Mu nsi y'abantu balamu watusala ensawo n'otutunda misana ng'ensi eraba. Toweekakabirizeeyo gy'oli tyotuwale kitya engeri tetuyinza okukwatagana ne Museveni. Ffe aba National Unity Platform tetwagala kukwatagana na Museveni, twagala kumuggyawo. Abantu tebadda Margaret Sacha yatugamba ti bwe mubanga munoonya okukkiriziganyaamu mulabe bwe mukwatagana temwerabiranga ti waliwo akasozi ak'emiramwa temuyimiriddeko. National Unity Platform tulina olusozi luwo guno tulina olusozi lwe tuyimiriddeko akatuuti kanene akaffe kagamba Museveni ne bafaanana nabo tulina obatwala nga kaguddeyo bafoot soldier. Museveni baba abazoganya mazima gali nti temumuzoganyizza. Abali mu kkomera Museveni baba abazoganya kiri nti Museveni mumuzoganyizza n'atya kati ali awo amanyi ekijja kijja nga tugenda okuzaako President waffe Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Museveni tugenda kutwala nga kaguddeyo wadde Mao ali naawe wadde naani abo bonna boli nabo wagula bagule tebakukkiririzaamu naffe tetubakkiririzaamu si baffe muli ba Museveni mugende naye nannyini mufu yakwata awawunya Museveni awunya mumutwale n'ekivundu kye. People power, our power. Kale kati munzikirize mu kuzungu. I take this opportunity to invite the next president of the Republic of Uganda, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu.
Power, our power, NUP, everywhere, people power, our power, free wise from Mufumbiro now, free during Kaija now, free Edimutwe now, free Achille Ochivumbi now, free Smart now, free Wakabi Smart now, free Mugumi Gaddafi now, free Bobby Young now, free Umar Kato now, free Machete now, free Kalanzi Sheriff now, free Kanti Rogers, yes, free all political prisoners now. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. Kanti Rogers, you are a very unavoidable face whenever you're in a place. Very nice to see you, my brother. We have so much belief and faith in you. Thank you very much, Comrade Deputy President. You represented my thoughts and I believe the thoughts of many other comrades. I was listening to you very attentively and I was moved indeed to see
the president of the Democratic Party saying democracy has no place in Uganda. It is shocking, but not surprising. Ladies and gentlemen, please mark our words for reference in the future. Norbert Mao has a very popular quote. He said, when you are paid to be a fool, your intelligence ceases to matter. This is a gentleman that inspired us when we were young. We watched him when he was a Democrat, when he was president. Only that I wish somebody talked about the salaries of the most important service providers in the country. The men and women in uniform, soldiers, police officers, prison officers, the teachers at all levels, and the health workers. We said it during our campaign in the previous election. We've said it all the time, that our people, to see that the science teachers' salaries have been increased, but the arts teachers are suffering. These are teachers that all go to school, they educate our children. They bring up citizens, useful, noble citizens that will help our societies equally. So we stand in solidarity with the arts teachers and all teachers at different levels. We cannot demand from the regime because we know they want to do it. We are only promising you that once we kick out this regime, we are going to improve all your salaries. Whether you're the coward that he is, when we started talking facts and truth to the men and women in uniform. We promised to increase all their salaries, not just the senior officers, all of them. And I want to reiterate it now to all of you men and women in uniform, soldiers in UPDF, police officers and prison warders. The lowest salary for you is going to be 1 million upwards at the right time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll also make a comment about the plight of Ugandans. I mean, it's because of this humiliation that our people go through. To find a university graduate on a chapati stall, or on a border stage, or any other low-income initiative is not their desire. It's because the regime has humiliated them and reduced them. Many of you have seen a documentary on BBC where Ugandans, young men and women, are taken abroad, particularly to the UAE, and humiliated and sold as slaves, sex slaves for that matter. This has been going on for the longest time. It is going on and it will continue going on until we stop it. That is why we have to change the situation back home. We have to change home so that home is worth calling home. I will not talk about the iPod. I will not talk about the injustice and the criminality that's going on by the regime, because now that has become normal. However, ladies and gentlemen, because the time has come for us to put an end to that, I'll focus on that. There were many questions, and many of our friends were challenging us about the election, knowing the kind of election that happens under a dictatorship. But we said this time around we're going to have a protest vote. It has been 5 years, but now it is less than a week before we take the first major step. Ladies and gentlemen, it is happening next week on Tuesday. But before you clap, I want us to imagine what kind of election we are going into. I've personally been having sleepless nights, long thoughts and long prayers, praying for myself, my comrades, my family, and my country. Why? Because the kind of election that we are going into, ladies and gentlemen, is no usual election. It is war. We are going into something that we don't desire, but we have to go there because it is our only fighting chance. One writer said that even if the chance is only 1% success, it is worth fighting. So now we are going into a fight where the regime in power has tried to tilt everything against us, but we are going to win because we have God on our side. So the kind of election that we are going to, ladies and gentlemen, if any of you had doubts, if any of you didn't know what we are going into, I'm sure you watched Museveni's Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao. For a long time we've been telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that the regime is not strong on its own. It cannot enslave us unless if it uses us or some of us. For a long time, so many of us had doubts, but finally it has been made very clear to all and sundry that this election, number one, is going to be between two sides, the oppressor and the oppressed. In fact, the oppressors and the oppressed. Now uses some of the so-called us. I'm very glad that Norbert Mao came out and made it clear that Museveni's NRM is in collaboration with 5 other groups. And he mentioned them, and you know them. Now we know who the friend is and who the enemy is. And when somebody shows you who they are, believe them and act accordingly. I'm glad in Uganda they call it a Mando Yawanika. But Mao, and thanks to him, he came finally and gave credence to what has been spoken for so many years, that indeed we have some fake opposition amongst us. He made it clear. And he said this, we are going to defeat you again like we did in 2021. But this time around, we are rallying Ugandans to take their win, not to just lay low and be walked over. Stooges, we see you, we know you, and we shall expose you and make people understand who you really are. And I also want to tell these people that are being used, it's so unfortunate that these people don't learn from history. These are people that we thought are learned. These are people that we thought are informed. But like they tell us, history does not repeat itself. Only fools repeat history. Of terror, of intimidation. We saw him coming out to say, no, the future of Ugandans is not going to be determined by election. That means the future of Ugandans is not going to be determined by Ugandans. This is a president of the so-called Democratic Party undermining democracy and saying democracy has no role in the future of Uganda. I saw him saying, this is going to be a silent election. You're joking, my brother. We shall speak, we shall shout, we shall scream. We're going to get our freedom, or we shall die trying to get our freedom. And even if we die, we shall face you through our posterity. Because we did not start this. This started long before us. This will go on long after us. You cannot silence people that have nothing to lose. There's nothing for us to lose apart from the chains that you put. So we are coming for your boss Museveni, and we are coming for you too. Let that be very, very clear. To our comrades, the genuine freedom fighters, will stand. For us, we've set off. It is all beginning on Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be the 23rd. I will be nominated to represent the National Unity Platform to run for President of Uganda. Yes, there's every effort to silence us. There's every effort to deny us contact with the population. But we shall overcome everything. We shall speak to the people and we shall campaign. General Museveni is also nominating on the same day, and he has his party has planned a rally in Kololo, which is alright, which is well within the law. We are also going to have our nomination rally in Katwe. Police, and they've received our application. We are holding our rally in Katwe. And after Katwe, we shall proceed to Natete and also speak to the people there. Because there's nothing criminal about that. Fellow Ugandans, I want to remind you that you can actually change this. You have the power. You have the ability. You can change this. And you can change this now. So let us change it, and let us change it now. To our candidates, this is not any other usual election. Yes. For those of you that already have the party flag like myself, we are not just candidates. We are commanders in this fight for freedom. I told you this because you're commanders, you are not candidates. I want all of you to know, comrades, that where we're going is not going to be easy. Yes, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be pain. That's the bad news. But the good news, there will be victory at the end. They are going to harass us. They are going to beat us. They've already started arresting and of strength. Those are signs of weaknesses. Samora Machel said that if you see the enemy praising me or being nice to me, then know I've sold you out. When you see them harassing us, know that we are touching where we're supposed to be touching. We shall touch there more and more and more. So we are going to go through pain, but we are going to win. We are going to win. I know personally, we have information they intend to isolate me. Those who are scared, go back home. Those who are not ready for pain, please go back home. This is war. But one thing I know is that nobody can defeat us when God is on our side. So let us go for this. In the end, we shall win. In the end, we shall win. And if we've not won yet, then that is not the end yet. Thank you very much. Basebo ne banyabo ebigambo byange leero bibadde birina kuba bitono, ndowooza era bibadde bitono nnyo. Njagadde okwebaza Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi, Deputy waffe owa Buganda, olw'okwogera ku nsonga zino. Muwuliriza bulungi ng'ayogera ku nsonga za mukulu waffe gwe twalinga twenyumirizaamu Norbert Mao. Yako mu biseera eby'omu maaso nga tukoze ebituufu oba nga tukoze ebikyamu. Norbert Mao alina statement gye yakola enkulu ennyo. Yagamba nti bwe bakusasula okufuuka omubuyabuya, then okutegeerako ne bw'oba otegeera nnyo okuba tekukyalina mulamwa. Yali musajja ategeera ennyo. Yali musajja gwe twagoberera ennyo, gwe twegombanga ennyo ng'akyali Guild President wa Makerere University. Yoyo Norbert Mao yennyini gwe mulaba yoyo oli. Yoyo munnange. So, tujja kusaasira ye naye tujja kusaasira ab'enganda ze abako n'ab'emikwano. Nayagadde okwogera ku nsonga y'emisaala gy'abakozi abasinga omugaso mu bakozi ab'eggwanga, ng'omwo mwe muli abasirikale, abapoliisi, abakola mu prisons, n'abo abatukuuma bonna abakuuma ddembe, mwe muli abasomesa ku mitendera gy'amazima. Naye baba batukwata batugamba mutulwanirire. Twayogera ku kirowoozo kyaffe era nga tukyakiyimiriddeko ekyokwongeza emisaala gyabwe bonna, era nga twaba my check twabasuubiza era nga ekyo ekisuubizo kyayimiridde nti bonna bakuumaddembe abasirikale abapoliisi n'abaprisons ajja okusinga omusaala ogwa wansi omusaala ogutandikibwako kujja kuba gwa $1,000,000 n'okugenda waggulu. Tumanyi tekyo kyaba bategeera ng'ovuddeko abasirikale abasomesa bwe twogerera kati bali mu kwekalakaasa abasomesa amasomo ga art kubanga abasomesa amasomo ga sciences bo emisaala gyabwe gyalinyisibwa aba arts ne batalinyisibwa ne bano abasomesa bayita mu mbeera y'emu basomesa abayizi be bamu balina omugaso gwe gumu mu ggwanga kya buswavu nti n'abo abafuga eggwanga lino nga mwe muli ne Museveni banyuma arts ate nga basoma arts abalala basomesa ba arts. Anyway twagadde obaka buleme koma ku basomesa ba secondary bokka naye nammwe aba primary nammwe muli basomesa era mulowoozebwako era muli mu plan naye lete buleme koma ku basomesa n'abasirikale bokka nammwe abasawo ndaba tulina ne wana abasawo mbakulembeze baffe bangi emisaala gyammwe gigenda kwongezebwa era mukube nnyo ekikopo kuba mwe mulidde empanga. Sijja kuva waggulu bassebo ne bannyabo nga okusanga ng'omuntu alina degree oba masters degree ne n'omusanga ku stage ya boda oba n'omusanga ku mudaala gwa chapati oba n'omusanga mu mirimu egiri wansi bw'ekyo kye yasomerera embeera eno Museveni gy'abataddemu ojja kusanga nga baana bangi nnyo bagraduatinga mu university naye ne bagenda bakube ekyeyo. Naye n'omuvubuka bamuyita Dr. Morgan gwe nasanga e Dubai eyo nga muyivu musomesa mu musawo naye yagenda kuba kyeyo bangi nnyo abali mu mbeera eyo. Kyanaku ky'abantu baffe bamaliddwamu ekitiibwa banyomeddwa tugenda kwongera obbiyitamu paka Yesu lwalikomawo. Ensonga lwaki tulina okubikyusa ate okubikyusa kati buli myaka 5 wabaawo omukisa guguno guzze omulala gwenjagala obbasaba ababadde batannagwetegekera mu gwetegekere abamu ku ffe tubadde tutegeka obwongo bwaffe ebbanga eriise. Nze ali wano maaso gammwe mbadde nfumiitiriza okumala wiiki nga nnamba n'okusukka nga ndowooza ebirowoozo biwanvu nnyo nga nsaba essaala mpanvu nnyo nga nfumiitiriza nga ndowooza ku kulonda ki kwe tugendamu. Mulaba naffe bangi nnyo ba Franka sente za n'abalala babatemulira mu maaso. Banaffe bangi nnyo babuzibwawo tetuddangamu balabako. Bangi batiisibwatiisibwa, bangi basobezebwako, abalala bakyali mu makomera. Bino byonna byakolebwa tusobole okupowa naye twagaana okupowa era tetugenda kupowa. Gye buvuddeko navaayo ne neesobolayo njagala obbeebaza mwenna abanzikiririza mu bisuubizo bye nali mpadde National Unity Platform era njagala okwebaza ekibiina kyaffe ekya National Unity Platform olw'obwesige. Bassebo ne bannyabo yenze kennyini gwe mulaba agenda otwala Museveni akaasa. Era nga njagala okumanya era okwetegekera kulonda ki ddala kwe tugendamu. Kuno si kwe kulonda kwa bulijjo, omuntu yenna yena abadde n'okubuusabuusa ku kulonda ki kwe tugendamu. Okwogera kwa Minisita Museveni gwe bayita Robert Mao mwakulabye era okwogera okwo kukumala okumanya buli kimu kye batulowoozaako na kye bapulaninga. Eky'omukisa omulungi titumaze ebbanga nga tubagamba nti abatunyigiriza si bamaanyi nnyo naye ekisinga obba w'amaanyi n'enkizo kuba nti batuliira munda, kuba nti balina bannaffe oba betulowooza oba betwali tulowooza nti bannaffe abajja nga bambadde ngaffe nga boogera ngaffe ne baggwanga nti mu gurupu yaabwe balimu ebibiina 5 n'ekitundu. Era yategeezezza nti ye ne Mwai Museveni ne banne beyamenye bemumanye obulungi oba bemujja ogenda mu maaso nga mumanya be bali ku ludda olwagala okukuumira Uganda mu mbeera gy'erimu. Yayongedde okittaanya nti Uganda erimu ebibwayi 2, ekyabanyigiriza n'ekyabanyigirizibwa. Kya mukisa mulungi nnyo kyabanyigiriza yabatulaze. Bassebo ne bannyabo mubamanye beebo era bwe babatuukako mubayise ng'abanyigiriza abantu bwe bayisibwa. Njagala okusinziira wano okutegeeza Mwami Museveni ne banne nti tetubatya. Yes, kimaze ebbanga ddene nga Deputy President waffe bw'akyogeddeko, n'ekyamukisa mulungi tebamaze ne beeyoleka. Bangi be twawanga ekitiibwa, bangi be twakkiririzangamu, naye mwatusala basajja mmwe, mwatusala magenda n'amadda. N'ekyamukisa mulungi nnyo nti akaseera ak'okubikka abantu akatambaala ku maaso kaggwaawo. Kyamukisa mulungi nnyo nti Katonda yasitula abo abaali batasuubirwa. Kyeyogedde era kyekyo. Twalabye Mwami Nobert Mao ng'agamba kuno okulonda kugenda kuba kwakasirise, era ng'agamba ffe aboogera agenda tusirisa. Njagala omutegeeza nti ffe abamu okusirika mpozi nga tuli mu ntaana, ate nga buli omu ajja agendayo, nammwe abalowooza nti mwe bakatonda. Kyannaku nnyo okulaba nti abantu abayogeranga ebyensa kati ate beekendezezza. Omuntu eyali nga ye pulezidenti wa ekibiina ekyeyita Democratic Party kati agamba democracy talina kifo mu Uganda, era alina n'obuvumu obugamba nti ebiseera bya Uganda eby'omu maaso tebigenda kusalibwawo kulonda, n'olw'ensonga eyo tebigenda kusalibwawo bannayuganda. Oyo mumugambe tujja bikolwa. Basebo ne bannyabo, njagala okuwa obubaka buno eri bannayuganda bannaffe mwenna nti muli ku lwammwe, tuli ku lwaffe. Ekyomukisa omulungi tuli bangi, ekyomukisa omulungi tusobola okubikyusa byonna. Basebo ne bannyabo, musobola okukyusa ensi yammwe, tusobola okukyusa ensi yaffe. Museveni okulaba ng'akola bino ebintu byonna, ng'akwata sente z'amalwaliro n'azigulamu bannabyabufuzi, n'azigulamu abaana b'omugeto, kitegeeza nti ayidde abulako majaani. Buli we mulaba nga batulwanyisa nnyo mubaddembo tusiba ffenna, naye makomera agammwe temusobola nasiba abantu 20,000, tuli 4,49,000. Tebasobola tumalira mu makomera. So nga tugenda mu kulonda kuno, basebo ne bannyabo, njagala mubeere ready, musibe engatto zinywere. Nze njagala bategeeza nti ffe tusimbudde. Nsinzira wano bategeeza nti tugenda kunominatinga ku Lwakubiri nga 23, era oluvaayo nga Museveni bw'alina laale Kololo, naffe tulina laale Katwe. Bwe tuva e Katwe tugenda Nateete. Bannayuganda mwenna musobola kino kikola. Buno buyinza bwammwe, guno mukisa gwammwe, buli kye mugenda okukola okutandika ne ku Lwokubiri kigenda kubeera mu mateeka. Saagala mutiisibwe. Eno embeera temulinda Kyagulanyi yekka gye bateekerawo, nammwe musobola okutandikira yonna gye mutandikidde. Gwe yeetegese okubeera sireevu, tetuli mikwano gyo. Gwe yeetegese okubeera sireevu, tetuli naawe, genda ewaka. Oyo akyekkomera, bino biveemu, bino bya ddala, ffe tugenda mu bya ddala. Nze ng'omuntu nkimanyi era twafunye information tibeetegese okukwata buli muntu yenna neetoolodde, ne bwe nnaaba nnyina kulinnya booda njagirinya mazima ga Nalunkumu. Temugenda kisa, temugenda kutusayira ensinga. Mwenna bannayuganda mbabuulyanga pulezidenti gwe mwalondera gwe mugenda okuddamu okulonda. Obuyinza bwabumpa nange mbubawadde, buli omu alina obuyinza. Bano abantu babaginako obuyinza tebabatiisatiisa, temukiisibwatiisibwa. Ne bano bapolitician be baguze tebalina gwe boogerera, mweyogerera. Tebalina gwe bakiikirira, mwekiikirira. So temutya. Sibasuubiza nti bigenda kuba birungi byerere, no. Kuno okulonda kugenda kuba kwa ntuuyo, kugenda kuba kwa maziga. Kiri eri gwe okusalawo amaziga oba entuuyo, kuba byonna bitungununa. Bagenda kola effujjo, bagenda tutulugunya. naye ku nkomerero tugenda kuwangula. Mbakakasa ku nkomerero tugenda kuwangula, era bwe tuba tetunawangula mumanye nti si enkomerero. Naye nga gye binaggwera tujja kubeera bawanguzi. Bwe tuba tetunaba bawanguzi mumanya tebinakola ki? Temulina kye mugenda kufiirwa n'ekimu baganda bange okugjako emigwa n'enjegere gye babasibye. Temulina kye mufiirwa. Ababanyigiriza balina ssente zammwe, balina obugagga bwammwe, balina eddembe lyammwe, okusingira ddala balina ebiseera byammwe eby'omu maaso. Tugende tulwane twenunule. Bwe tuteenunula tewalibaawo omuntu yenna yenna gwe tugenda kwekwasa tetwerwanako. Tukole buli kye tusobola baganda bange. Kwati wali gwogenda kunnyonnyola twagezaako ne tulemwa. Kuno kuwangula oba kuwangula. Eky'omukisa omulungi amateeka gali ku saidi yaffe. Eky'omukisa omulungi abantu bali ku saidi yaffe. Eky'omukisa omulungi obuntu. Eky'omukisa omulungi Katonda ali ku saidi yaffe. N'olw'ensonga eyo tugende bassebo ne bannyabo tunominatinga ku Lwakubiri nga 23. Bwe tuva ku nomination tujja kwogerako eri abantu Katwe ku kisaawe nga Museveni bajja okwogera n'abawagizi be Kololo. Twategezeza poliisi era ebbaluwa gye balaze yino twagiwandiikidde dda poliisi ng'amateeka bwe galagira. Njagala kuva waggulu bassebo ne bannyabo nga mbakakasa nze ng'omuntu sigenda kuwanika, naye naawe tokisuubiza nze, kyesuubize ng'omuntu, kyesuubize ng'omuntu nti togenda kuwanika. Kyesuubize ng'omuntu ku lw'abaana bo b'ozadde ne b'otanazaala, ku lw'abo baganda baffe abali mu makomera n'abo abaawambibwa, ku lw'Abannayuganda bonna abagobaganyiziddwa ku mataka. Tugenda kuwangula, tugenda kufuna eddembe lyaffe, tugenda kweyagalira mu nsi yaffe. Oba Museveni ayagala oba tayagala, oba abo bakozesa bonna baagala oba tebaagala. Tusimbudde tetugenda